I are here now taking your calls at 270-9933. We're also on Facebook Live. You can ask questions there. So you guys are popular. So
Thanks, you guys, for doing this. It's a busy day for you, so we appreciate it.
I just thought to pop in here.
All right, let's go to Pat in Mount Horeb. Hi, Pat.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's your question?
My question is on the polar vortex. I want to know why the certain time of the year, why that Canadian air ruptures periodically. What causes that?
A couple of different factors. A change in the jet stream. A lot of times what happens, you see is a big storm system develop over the northern Pacific Ocean. That drives warm air up into Alaska and northern Canada. This lodges the cold air and then sends it south. A lot of that, though, depends, too, on whether or not we have snow on the ground in this part of North America. You know, it's been the last week or two we've had a lot of snow over the Midwest and New England and eastern Canada. So that just allowed the cold air to come down full force. And this doesn't happen very often, but when it does, boy, that's when you get the dangerously cold weather.
This is historic cold.
It could be, yes, definitely by the middle of the week. And I think it's important, too, to think about that jet stream like a little ripple, that if you have that warm air plunging up, then we can see the trend of what's going to be moving into our direction with that cooler air just plunging right down towards us.
That's right. At least we had a couple of days of warning before this.
Yeah, that's true. It gave everybody a chance to get prepared. Let's go to Michael in Portage. Hi, Michael. What's your question?
Hi, do you know when we're going to get our next big snowstorm?
Next big snowstorm? Well, big snowstorms are hard to predict even more than a few days in advance because a lot of things have to come together to get them. Even this storm, you know, kind of a few days ago it looked like a couple of inches, and then we started bringing the totals up when everything just kind of came into place. But I don't see any big storms. I mean, have you been looking at the maps too?
I'm not going to go with any big storm predictions. I think there are a few flurry chances. It's a lot when you're trying to put your March Madness bracket together. There are a lot of question marks about who's going to be in the national or the final tournament there, or the final game. The closer you get, like Gary said, the better the numbers come together for us.
Maybe some light snow, maybe even a little freezing rain next weekend, because temperatures will be up around freezing. So,
can it be too cold to snow, or is that an old myth?
No, it can snow at any time. But you don't get very heavy snows at very cold temperatures.
Grainy.
So. All right, David in Reedsburg. Hi, David.
Hi. I am wondering, now that the snow has stopped and the wind's going to start blowing in the next few days, is it going to be coming out of the east like it currently is, or will it be coming from a different direction?
Nope, west to northwesterly winds. The center of that polar vortex, or the low pressure system aloft, will be just to our north and east. So with a counterclockwise wind circulation around it, that drives the cold air from basically the Dakotas and Minnesota right down into Wisconsin. You get the easterly winds along in advance of a snowstorm, but then after the storm passes, it shifts around pretty quickly to the northwest.
You got to get those northerly winds to get that air down here.
Yes. Yeah. All right, let's go to Brad in Madison. Hi, Brad. What's your question?
Hi. Yeah, I'd like to know if anybody would care to comment on the practice of assigning a name to every snowstorm, like that cable station sometimes always does.
The Weather Channel, I think they're the only ones doing it, right?
The Weather Channel does it. It's kind of their way to brand it. And it's really picked up, of course, with social media, because you can hashtag a certain name storm, and then they can see their trends of what their tweets are doing, and, of course, get pictures that way. But that is a thing that they do, and it's not a National Weather Service thing. That just sticks with the tropical storms. That's what we name, and that's what we follow.
There are a few local TV stations in different parts of the country that have tried that and may still be doing it, but it's very difficult.
Oh, is this Jordan or something?
I don't know.
I didn't even check.
All right, let's go to Julie in Madison. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I want to know, how do you guys all get to work in this weather when it's so hazardous?
Dana, that's yours.
Did you hear what happened to Dana today?
Oh, my, Julie. So today I was one of those people who tried to get to work and was going very slowly throughout the corners, the turns on Raymond Road, and once I got into the parking lot, didn't make it all the way to work, slipped right off the driveway. So I was one of those folks. I think going slow and planning in advance, that's a big thing for us. Actually, one of our morning anchors last night emailed me and asked, do I need to come and sleep at the station? And there are times where Gary's in very, very early, or we stay late if we know the roads are going to be bad. So us as meteorologists being able to relay the road conditions to the news team, it gives them plenty of notice to plan ahead with their driving.
My wife is a teacher. They enjoy the snow days. I tell her I've got to work twice as hard, and I don't have the excuse of not being here.
Well, one of those questions is being raised on our Facebook page about later this week with the wind chill in school. Do you think Wednesday is a potential day where...
Very much so. Thursday morning, too. I mean, right now the wind chill warning runs until noon on Thursday, so So that's the time period where you can see wind chills from 45 to 50, maybe 60 below zero in spots.
Yeah,
That's just dangerous.
I mean, you talked about it. That's frostbite in minutes.
In minutes, in absolute
Exposed
minutes. Any
skin.
bare skin, any exposed skin, and of course, it becomes a total issue having little kids outside in those temperatures.
And pets. I mean, wind chill affects animals.
Pets, people who are in poor physical shape, the elderly, I mean, people with poor circulatory problems, they're affected much quicker.
All right, let's go to Roger in Edgerton. Hi, Roger.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your
My
question?
question is this cause man-made, better known as climate change, the polar vortex? Before in the past, we never heard of this.
Well, the polar vortex has been around for, I mean, it's a meteorological term, and, as social media and everything got into it, it became, kind of the catchphrase. But yes, we still believe climate change is happening. This is just a little blip. The rest of the country and much of the rest of the world is very warm.
Well, extremes on both ends.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
All right, thanks for everyone for calling in and Facebooking. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
You're welcome.
And Dana will be right back with the final temperature forecast.